My name is Carolina Teresa.
And I'm Melissa Rich.
And this is Hoes with Feelings. And I look skinny.
Yes. What?
Everyone's looking skinny.
You look great.
Connor?
What? I said yes.
Connor.
We have to spook him. We have to spook him at the start of every
He's
episode.
so not spooked by us.
I
He's like,
know.
you bitches better shut
I
up.
wish he was more afraid of us.
Oh, white men used to be
God.
afraid of me. What happened?
What
What's happening to
happened?
America?
You keep being
Interracial
too-
dating.
Interracial dating. You
That's
know what?
part of it.
He was with a biracial girl. So yeah, that's what it
Interracial
is.
dating. He's no longer
There's
afraid.
no mystique.
He's
There's
not
no
afraid of
fear
us
in the
anymore.
There's no
eyes.
fear in his eyes.
We got to put him back in there.
There's only lust.
We all see it, Connor.
Yeah.
Don't
my
tell
God,
Ham.
What a chaotic way. No, Ham will be like, go take some of this.
Yeah.
Like, take that. I need a break. I need a break. Help.
Bitch, you know, he said I tricked him.
In what way?
In what
He
way?
said I tricked him. We were talking about this, and he told
Into
I
marriage.
said something like, you tricked me. And he goes, no, you tricked me.
Oh
He's
my
like, You
God.
tricked me. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, I remember I was in the car with Paris before we got married.
Yeah.
And he said Paris was like, oh my God, I'm so happy you're marrying Carolina. Like, I love that. And he was like, well, you know, she's a nice lady. And then Paris, he said, and he imitated Paris and he goes, you don't know that bitch. You'll see. He goes, Paris told me you tricked me.
Yeah, but
That's so funny.
you hid that you weren't a nice girl for 5 years?
Pretty much. Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
I feel like
That is wrong, I think.
Yeah.
He also said he didn't know
He
I
knew.
cried that much.
Well,
He said-
That's
okay,
fair.
that's
After he got
fair.
married, he was like, I did not know
That's-
you
I didn't
cried.
know.
That is, honestly,
You
that's
cried.
fair. That's fair.
That's fine. That
Yeah.
definitely hit that for me.
Yeah.
that's really funny. Well, he's stuck with you now.
Exactly. And I'm a sad girl.
Wow. Well, should we do a little check-in? I guess we know how you're feeling. Manipulative, lying, conniving.
Just another day for you.
Just another day for Carolina. I love that. Well, okay, let's introduce our guest before we check in.
Okay.
Do you want to do the intro? Here we fucking go.
Oh no, I'm so nervous.
Today, our guest is Arti Gollapudi, poet, comedian, dancer, performance artist, NYU master's degree holder. Indian queen from New Jersey. Thrift queen. We'll give her that. Girl that snorts when she laughs.
Yep.
Wow.
An interracial dater. Thank you, Arti, for joining us.
She could have said interracial dater first.
Yes.
So that's kind of good. Welcome, Arti.
Wow.
Really quick, thank you for at vodka for our little
Wow.
drinkies. What's up, Arti? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I haven't been doing anything this week, and I have a lot of like problems with like not being busy. But my therapist said to just let yourself have a break.
Let yourself have a break.
So that's what I'm trying to do. So I applied to 20 jobs in 3 days, but I've done it from
Doesn't
bed.
sound like a break. Okay.
I mean, she did it from bed.
From bed.
Here's the thing. I've been working sitting upright lately, and my back is fucked up. I need to work in bed. Like, I've been trying to not work in bed, and I think that's the only way that like I can type.
No, your
like,
back
even
might
in
Maybe
the
you have one of
bathtub.
those, like, where do you put your computer?
Well, sometimes like at the kitchen table, and like I can focus there, and that's great.
From bed,
but like,
I'm saying. How do you
from
type?
bed? Oh, just regular.
So your back might be hurting because you're using correct posture when you're at the kitchen table.
Exactly. So we can't do
No,
that.
because she's probably like this.
At the kitchen table.
A little bit,
No.
but also whatever. And also in the bathtub, it works well too. So I've been doing that a lot.
You got to get an in-bed table. My bedroom looks like
That's
a
what I was
hospital
talking
sometimes.
about.
Yeah.
I want an
It
in-bed
really
looks
table.
like a
right.
hospital.
I'm
You know
scared,
I have
though.
a
I feel like
breakfast
if I
tray.
get an in-bed table, I'm never leaving
No,
that
I'm
bed.
never leaving.
That I've had many things like that. I remember that pillow that I had with the cup holders in it.
Yeah.
I would say
was
bed for that one, too.
nice. I have a
Yeah.
tray.
Yeah.
I have a lot of stuff for bed.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Good. Glad you're
That's
working
what she
hard.
said.
Glad you're working hard in there.
I'm relaxing.
Mhm.
It's my relaxation week.
Yeah.
Just laying
Well, if we're
in
talking
bed.
thrift queen, I do have to say, as I was telling you girls before, I made some good deals this weekend.
We're so proud.
This jacket is one of them. $150 Jean Paul Gaultier at Beacons.
I really
Then-
like this outfit, just in
Thank
general.
you.
Like
These
the
I also got
baggy
for free from
jeans.
True Religion at their holiday party, which did happen in October.
And I respect that.
Yeah.
This is cute, like a blazer and baggy jeans.
Thank you.
Maybe I'll wear that next week.
Well, yeah, when I called you earlier today and told you what I was wearing, and she said, well, I'll wear a blazer too. And I was like, do not wear a blazer. We're in
She
the
never
1-2
wants
shot.
to match with me.
I don't. I support her in that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I like
Yeah.
matching with my friends.
Every
I don't
once
see
in
what
a
the
while
problem
we can
is.
match. We'll wear the t-shirts when we launch the t-shirts.
Okay.
When we, maybe.
I went to wear
whatever.
the t-shirts the other day,
I don't know,
and she
you-
was
but
like, "We
this
can't
is-
all wear the t-shirts.
I-
It looks culty.
It does look
and I'm like,
culty.
I think that does look culty. I also know you want to dress like her because of the video you posted on your Instagram today where there's two skinny blonde girls that suddenly start singing together.
Oh,
no, they're
yeah,
not singing.
that
They're
was
just
crazy.
dancing
yeah,
to the music.
whatever. They're doing something.
We don't have to dress the same when we do that, but I would like to do that with
I
you. We
think-
could all three of us do it after this if you want.
I think like there's more of a chance of me like quitting the pod because I like won the fucking lottery or, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
than doing
So what
that
you're
dance
saying is
video.
that you don't want to lip sync to Ariana Grande.
If you can get Hamide to do it, I will
He
do
won't
it.
do
Oh
it.
my-
I don't
if
If
That's
you
bother
can get
with him.
Hamide to do that, I will
Exactly.
do that.
I don't
Exactly.
bother with him. How cute would that be if me, Hamide, and Sydney did it? Like as a little Christmas
If you
card.
can get both of them
Christmas
to
card.
do it,
I could probably get Sydney to do it before I can get Hamide to
Yeah.
do it. Whatever.
Okay, but let me tell my legging story. So I've not been like a huge fan of this look. You know, like the Mugler, like what every housewife wears, the
Mhm.
cutouts,
With
the
heels.
sheer leggings with the strap on the
Mhm.
bottom. So I'm at the Beacons Closet on 13th Street. I'm about to check out. And I see them hanging like on the edge. And I'm like, that's crazy. They have this here. Look at the tag, $24.95. I was like, there's no way. I was like, maybe these are fake, whatever. I take it to the counter. There's a little whisper between the two of them. And I was like, okay, jig's up. They're like, sorry,
They
this
made a
is
mistake.
whatever. They say nothing. So I cash out. And I'm like, okay, weird. Take him home to Leisure Center. He's like, no, these are real. I
Oh
was
my
like, okay, great,
God.
perfect. Then I was across the street at Crossroads, which kind of was bad, like really bad. But I found two things. This one, like kind of stretchy, Issey Miyake looking tank top that I take to Leisure Center. No tags in it except for one on the side. It's Moschino.
whoa.
What did I pay for that? $19.95.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that
You
crazy?
think a girl who has your same fashion recently died and her clothes are just all over the thrift stores in
Maybe,
your
but how are they
area?
all marked down so low? Poor girl.
That's God.
Melissa, that's a Christmas miracle.
That is
It
a
kind of
Christmas
was. It was
miracle.
an Art Basel miracle because I really needed some new stuff before
some
I go
looks
to
for
Miami
the show.
tomorrow. Yeah,
You
literally.
leaving tomorrow?
I'm leaving tomorrow.
I'm so jealous. I want to
Mhm.
go so bad, but trying to be financially responsible is
There's
literally
nothing
the worst
worse.
thing in
It's
the
the
world.
There's
worst.
nothing worse. And
It
trust.
ruins everything.
It ruins
If I
everything.
wasn't working, trust, I would not be going. It's expensive. It's the most expensive time to go to Miami for sure.
It is. It's not even that. It's just like I have to realize that I cannot always just at the
Do
drop
everything
of a hat,
that I do.
do everything that you do.
Wow. That's
Bitch,
growth.
First of all, she's full of it because when I was talking about going, she's like,
I
yes,
am.
go,
I am on board.
So
I
you
am.
want me there?
I do, of course. There's no
wow.
denying that.
Yeah, but you know what? It's good to set up boundaries for yourself.
No, I hate him.
We had a really good time at Soho House the other night. Carolina's a Soho House member now.
Yeah.
I know. I love that for you.
And
Isn't
we
that
were
crazy?
dancing and we had such a good time.
When she called me and said, come to Soho House at like 1:00 on a Saturday night, I was like, oof, who is going to be there?
but it was
But
cute.
it was actually so fun.
It's cute
The
in
DJ
there.
was great.
The DJ
Leisure
was
Center
good.
knew the DJ from
Of
high
course.
school in London.
Of course.
Of course.
Random as shit in the world, but it was really good.
And I took my friend's little sister and her friend.
They were not having it.
They
really?
weren't.
I
Why?
thought they wanted
There was
to
at
go.
one point the friend was just not moving. She was on the dance floor just like this.
Well, was
I
she
think
high?
staring
it's
straight
culture
ahead.
shock for her.
Okay, why?
Because
Where are
live
they
in
from?
Hoboken, and I went
Girl,
to
If you
the
live in
show.
Hoboken,
Hoboken. I thought you were
Listen.
gonna say like India or something.
No, it was culture
Pennsylvania.
shock, I
Yeah, but
think. No, it was Hoboken. Hoboken is a different culture, and that's what you guys don't understand.
Me.
No, you don't understand. Because
Artie is from New Jersey.
I'm from New Jersey.
But then why don't you understand that she was culture shocks?
From Hoboken?
I was culture shocked when I was in Hoboken.
Yeah, but like Hoboken also I
Go to Hoboken on a Saturday night.
Yeah, but they come
Artie.
into like Midtown and shit like that.
No. This is different. I was transported to my college days
Mm.
instantly.
Yeah.
And it was just, it felt like an out-of-body experience.
Yeah.
And I fully went into the moment going to myself, okay, I'm going to Hoboken.
Why
I'm
were
gonna
you
go
in
do this show.
Hoboken?
I did a show. They said
Oh,
there was
you
a
did
show.
a show. You
They
did a
gave me
show.
$100. I said $100, I can go to Hoboken.
You should have asked for more.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry.
was actually shocked into
Hoboken?
that, but I'm glad.
It was so easy to get there.
Yeah.
It really was.
But still,
You guys are so dramatic. Honestly, but I went in there like, I'm going to party like I'm in college. I was like, I'm going to go out with Caroline and her friend, and I'm going to be young. And they were like, and I was like, oh, I said something about Soho House, and they were like, let's go there. And I was like, really? You guys want to go there? You don't want to stay here? And they were like, no.
No, we do not.
We don't want to stay here. So we went. And I thought they were having fun.
They did have fun. They did have fun.
they just
for
look
sure.
like culture shocked and shell shocked a little.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Sure.
That was me in the bar in Hoboken. Like, literally, my eyes were just like,
I guess
so
I've
big.
never fully hung out in Hoboken, but I
don't think
assumed
you had.
No, I've hung
Well,
out
yeah.
in like Newark.
Wait,
That's
where did you
different.
grow up?
I grew up in Central Jersey, right outside of Trenton. So like
you
this
know,
place Westwood.
this is dumb, and I don't know why I'm admitting this
Mhm.
on air, but I was confused. North Jersey is the one that's close to New York.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just always pictured New Jersey above Manhattan, like you're going south into New York.
There
No.
are parts
What's
of there
up
are
there?
parts of North Jersey that you drive there. So there's like North Jersey, and you'll get a lot of like kids from Montclair who are saying they're from New York, but they're from
Mhm,
Montclair, New
mhm.
Jersey. And then like
But
there's South Jersey that's like gonna be like
that's by Philly.
That's gonna be Philly. So like once
Okay,
you go
got it.
to like Cherry Hill and shit like that, they're gonna be like mad Philly down
Do
there.
you know I went to that like death water park in New Jersey?
Oh shit, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was
There's a whole
crazy.
documentary about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They renamed it?
They renamed
so
it,
I
but
did
it's
not
still
know.
it's still a lot of the same
It
rides.
was
What was
fucking
it called?
crazy.
I'm forgetting.
Action Park
yes.
is what it was
Oh,
called.
okay, okay.
Yes.
I thought it
And
was
then like
called
it's
that.
renamed like Mountain Creek
Yes.
or something
It's still,
normal.
Yeah, I think it's still
was
open.
Insane.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah.
I truly
Ah,
Frank was like, I want to jump off the cliff bad. And I was like, what cliff? And I was like, oh, it's just a
yeah.
cliff.
It's just a
You
cliff.
jump off a cliff. That's
Yeah.
the whole ride.
I
Like, and
love
I
New
did like
Jersey.
a slide
What
that
is wrong
stopped
with
and went down.
Frank?
He went crazy there. I did too. I was like, let's fucking go. Like after I went down one slide face first, I was like, well, I guess all bets are off.
Yeah.
Here I go.
Because then
Like,
you just get
I
used to
know.
it. That's how I'm
I like water parks, but I wouldn't.
No,
if
actually,
it's
I
a
don't
death
think you'd like
water
this.
park, no, I wouldn't. I know I wouldn't.
Yeah, it is a
But in
death water
general,
park.
I like water
I
parks
wasn't even.
over
I didn't
amusement
go on
parks.
like the big ones at all. Like I was like, this is.
It's like one of the
insane.
most unsafe places. But you know, I
Yeah.
go to Six Flags whenever I hear one of the rides break down because then people don't go, so there's no lines for anything.
Yeah,
That's
living on
fucked
the
up,
edge,
Artie.
huh?
No, I hate that. Don't do that.
She's living
No.
on the fucking rocket
It was so dumb.
You gotta. You don't want to wait in
No.
line to go on a roller coaster.
Well, you know,
wouldn't-
my cousin was in a wheelchair. Is in a wheelchair. So growing up, we never really had to wait in lines for anything. Okay,
Wow.
shout out to Robert Earl.
Oh my god, is that the
What's
one who
up?
asked you
Pop,
for
pop,
weed
pop.
all the time?
I supply and I
That's
supply.
good. That's
'Cause I love
good.
my
good.
cousin.
You are a good cousin. Well, should we get in our topic?
No.
No.
Yes,
Okay,
let's get into our
off.
topic.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I think this is a good topic. We are doing being independent woman. I'm a lady, independent, throw your hands up at me. We're talking about that with Artie. I think that's a good one to talk about with you, Artie, because I feel like we've been talking about how like we want to be more independent. We've
Well,
become dependent.
I don't
have.
think so.
I don't
Well,
think you guys
I'm
are
back and
dependent.
forth. Yeah.
I've become independent.
On each other?
No,
Oh,
I'm
on each
financially-
other? Oh, I was like,
I'm
oh, I don't know
financially
about that.
dependent on Hamide as a motherfucker. Emotionally, I'm very independent. That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I went over Carolina's when they were fighting, and she didn't tell me Hamide was gonna be there while they were fighting. And I showed up, and they're both sitting on opposite ends of the couch, and she just keeps going, "Well, he pissed me off," and he's like quietly eating on the other side of the couch. I'm like, "Why am I here?"
You were there to
That's
support me
so
emotionally.
funny.
She was there because I didn't want to independently be mad at him. I wanted her
I
to
was
come
there
over
to
there
back up.
and be mad at him as well.
Mhm.
Well, whenever I
It's crazy.
tried
I
to
can't
get
even remember why I was mad at him, but I was pissed.
You were really
I
pissed.
was angry.
But, when
is it 'cause
I
he was
tried to-
being romantic, I don't
Yeah.
know.
when I tried to get you to do that to Leisure Center, you never want to do that.
I can't.
Wow.
I can't do it to Leisure Center.
I guess not all roads are two-way, huh?
I know. I could do it
Yeah.
to anyone else, but for some reason, I just have such a soft spot for Leisure Center,
mm,
and I
Makes
just
sense to
can't
me.
be mad. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'll
It's fine.
try.
Whatever.
He's got to really do something bad to you, and he never
know.
does.
Okay, Hamide didn't do anything that bad
It's
to you.
So then why'd you come?
Because you cried on the phone.
Well, fuck. Okay, Artie, what is your relationship status right now?
I'm in a thing. I have a boyfriend.
She got a boyfriend.
You have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, I was surprised when you picked this, or maybe not surprised when you picked this, because, and the same way that I do, like
Yeah.
anytime I've gotten into a relationship,
Mhm.
I have absolutely freaked the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
Right before.
Yeah.
Panicked. Even if I've been the one like pursuing it, all of a sudden when like it comes to like
Oh,
the
it's
other
like-
shoe has dropped, I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like running off a cliff. Like I'm done.
Yeah, it's bad.
Immediately. But then you're like, okay, wait, I want this. And I remember, I don't know if it was this guy or
Yeah.
another guy, you were like literally, I don't know what you said. And I guess I won't quote you because
No,
in
it's
case
okay.
it's incriminating.
No, it won't be. It's fine. She
Okay,
pretty
cool.
much knows
Well,
everything.
because
It's not a
I've been
big deal.
dating for a while, Leisure Center. And
Yeah.
you were like, that's my nightmare. I don't want to get in
Yeah.
a relationship.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And I
The
was like,
queen.
I get
Yeah.
that because that was me before every relationship I got into.
You just don't want to be like, I just don't want to be, you know what? Being attached is really scary, but I think you can be really independent and self-reliant while still being attached. Like
Absolutely.
you
You
should
can.
you should be attached to people or else you're a sociopath. Like
I agree.
really, that's something I'm working through because I literally am like, I don't like him. He's just like whatever. But
Literally
like,
to this
to
day,
this
she'll
day,
still
I'll
try to
still-
play
I still
that.
do that
Yeah.
shit.
Me
But-
too, honestly.
And like even like it's just so embarrassing. What did I tell my roommate this morning? I was like, being in love is like the most humiliating thing I've ever
It
gone
is.
through.
Truly.
It's so fucking embarrassing. And then
Ugh.
like, I don't know, he's just some fucking guy. Like he's just some guy. And I have to convince my friends like, this is someone special to me. And I look at him and I'm like, you're wearing a Carhartt beanie and a Carhartt vest. Like a vest? Like what's going on? I don't know. Like it's just very humiliating for me. But I'm also
I get
like,
it.
What do you want him to wear? I'm just curious.
I don't know. It's just like
Because
he's
it's the kooky shit that you wear. I'm just trying to figure out what you want him to wear.
I don't know what I want him to wear, but it's like it's very cliche.
Mm.
It's very cliche, but he has his style and he's particular and it's great. I'm just like, I think that we met on a dating app and then we had this breakup and I was like the most dramatic person to like ever exist, like throwing myself on the floor, just like
I
so
remember.
fucking dramatic. And like also like at the background of everything, like my aunt got diagnosed with the cancer and that
Oh,
was going
no.
on. And I was like, she like passed away pretty quickly. And like my dad was like grieving and I've never seen my dad be emotional. And,
And
that
that's the worst when you see
freaks
your
me the
parents
fuck
have
out.
grief.
Yeah.
No.
that freaked me out because like he was doing things that like I did when like Ryan passed away. Like before the funeral, he was like staring at her texts and like just shit like that. That I was like,
yeah, of course.
And he told me he bought skinny jeans.
he bought dark wash jeans from Costco and then he got Google glasses. I don't know. It was a little
These sound like good coping mechanisms to me.
Grieving.
sure, but it is grieving and it freaked me
Sure.
out. And then I ran into the person I'm seeing at a bar. Like me and Mary Kate went to see Moulin Rouge on Broadway and then we're like, let's go out drinking. And we like went out and I was like scream laughing with Mary Kate and she was like, you'll never believe who's there. You'll never believe. She like grabbed my arm.
Why was he in Times Square?
He wasn't in Times Square. We went back to Bed-Stuy.
Oh, okay.
That would be more horrifying.
Okay, cool.
And
Then
she
that's
saw him and she went and got him.
I-
And Mary Kate said to me,
good.
Mary Kate said to me, she goes, I told her not to go over there, but I knew as soon as she did, that was it. That it was a wrap. That it was over. I
Well,
was like,
do you feel comfortable explaining what the breakup was about?
Yeah, I mean, again, it goes back to like, we both had been single for a really long time and we were just like skirting around the bush, kind of being like, well, it's just casual. Like I was like, he's not my boyfriend. And I still do that too. I'm like,
Right.
I'm seeing someone, this is my boyfriend, but like he's not my boyfriend. Like, I don't even like him. Like, and like, I just wasn't being like, so then when I felt serious about it and we
and
tried
I've
to talk
never
about
seen
it.
her be that nice to a boy, which I literally am constantly telling you to be nicer. And that's how I know you. That's how you know she's not that nice, because I'm not that nice
I'm
to
not
men
that nice.
either.
I'm not
and
nice.
it's not in me to tell a woman to be nice to a man, but sometimes I gotta be like, Artie.
But I will say that, like, finally, this time around, I've just been able to be like, okay, like, here's what I feel about you. Like, here's what we're expecting. And, like, we're just kind of open about, like, what is our capacity? Like, right now, there are weeks I only see him for, like, 4 hours because
Mhm.
is training to be a conductor.
More
And
for the MTA.
he's working for the
How-
MTA.
an Uber driver and an MTA. What are we got? The
Working
whole
class.
city locked down.
Working class gals.
I'm waiting for the hookup. I want the
Well, we're
hookup on
dressed
both
like
of those.
this. It's too
What's wrong
crazy.
with-
Wouldn't that think-
The sequins
Working class.
Working class wear sequin. Sheer.
The other day when I was drunk, I told him I'd bring the class to his working class status because I was wearing a crazy outfit. Anyways, too kooky. Anyways, but I do think that like I was living alone in Bay Ridge for so long. Like I like, you know, like when I was in like getting my master's, I had like 3 other jobs while doing like 10 shows a week. And like even like when things are bad, I'm like, I'm going. And I'm like by myself. But like I think when you get in a relationship, you're like, am I gonna lose that part of my identity?
Oh, I get that so hard.
And like, is this gonna be this thing where I'm like, can you fix this for me? Like, I am
Sex
somebody.
and the City.
Yeah.
I bring this up all the time when I
Yeah.
talk about this because I think it's season 4. Carrie's laptop breaks.
Yes.
My
then he fucks
motherboard
it up.
myself.
Yeah.
And she had this amazing line where he's like, well, let me like help you, which he fully is. He
Yeah.
takes her to tech support. He like she's helpless without him,
Mhm.
doesn't back up any of her shit. And she's like, well, if I get used to this, if I get used to you helping me and you're not there,
Yeah.
what am I going to do? Like nothing good can come of this.
Yeah.
If I get used to relying on you. And
Yeah.
that's like such tea. It's horrible
That's
to
scary.
feel that way,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like you can't go through life being like, I'm not gonna rely. Even if I was relying on a friend,
Yeah.
a friend could also not be there for one moment. Like you do only have yourself, but you have to, as you said, let yourself attach,
Yeah.
let yourself get in it.
And I can do like most things by myself, sure.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't want to.
I don't want, like, and sometimes it's just like nice to have company.
I also like to
moved
be
a
by
mirror.
myself too.
Yeah.
I moved a mirror in a painting the other day, and I literally FaceTimed Leisure Center, and I was like, look at me. And he's like, I'm so proud of you. And I was like, yes. And I was like, now this is dumb because you're saying that you're proud of me because this is literally, I moved a mirror and I needed that. And I called for that exactly. And I was like, I'm
him to
an
be proud of you.
infant.
I know you mean.
I'm literally an infant right now. It's so annoying.
I hate that. I hate that feeling. Like, I don't know, like, in my apartment, even though I have roommate and stuff, like I put all the shelves on the wall. I was the one, like, I like will physically like unpack everything. The other day, I like clean out pantries by myself. Like I'm very like, I can do this all by myself. But then there are moments where I was like, I'm like feeling like really helpless. I have like chronic pain. And the other day I was like getting ready to go on the train and Olu was walking with me. And before I could even leave the home, like I fell over because of a sharp pain and I started crying, but not because of the pain, because I felt in my brain. And I always talk about this in therapy, but I felt the power shift in that moment.
Oh, because you were like, I'm weak and he has strength.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
he's witnessing it. No.
Okay, but
Okay.
the opposite of that, which I can relate to this, is like when Hamide is hurt or when he's sick.
Yeah.
I love him being powerless and laying there and just like
You guys are
needing
fucking
me.
freaks.
And then
I
I
get
just
it,
like
I get it.
he hurt his ankle yesterday in
Oh.
soccer. And I was like, I pushed him down on the couch and I wrapped his leg. I put the ice on him and I just kept like checking his temperature and like just like doing the, and I was like, I'm the, what does he say? I'm the captain.
Yeah, I'm the captain now.
Yeah, I'm the
Yeah.
captain
Wow.
now.
Yeah, I'm running the ship.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always running the ship, so that's
Woo!
cute.
You
I'm
are
just kidding.
mentally. I'm like,
But
I
I
need to make sure that like if this were to end tomorrow, like I can just keep going.
Yeah,
And like
and you
But
can.
you
You
will. You
can.
will. It would be very hard for me. I'll tell you that.
yeah.
I'll need your help.
Yeah, of course.
Well, that's why
and
we're here, but we're
Yeah.
also making sure
But
Hamide
that's-
doesn't do that.
That's a big part of it is maintaining your out of it. I don't think any of us are like at risk for
No.
that, but you
No.
know, it's very embarrassing. A, to have a boyfriend. B, to be like boyfriend girl,
Yeah.
where you're always with the boyfriend, and
Yeah.
then that's when things fall apart. Is when you like obviously ignore your friendships.
It makes
and
me
then,
so angry.
Yeah.
yeah.
It makes me so angry, especially when bitches don't tell you that they're bringing their man.
Oh,
You know this
that's
is not.
no.
You know that I invited you to brunch. You know that this is a brunch for me and you and you. It's for me, Sarah, and Katie and Kelly. And then you want to pull up with Dan.
She went
Dan
to-
is not supposed to know my business.
This is an
Dan don't need to
indicator.
know
This sounds like you
whose
really
dick
went to a
I've sucked.
PWI.
And then I obviously did. I obviously went to a PWI.
This is PWI behavior.
And I once hooked up with a white guy named Dan, so leave me alone. But my point is like, you don't, like, just don't bring him. I
Yeah.
don't want to talk to him. He don't even know me like that. Okay? He's not my friend. It's like, I like most of my friends, man. But like, I don't want anyone to expect me, just because, like, you don't expect me to love Leisure Center. Like, Leisure Center is my friend in my head, but it's not like you're like, oh, he's your friend. Like, you have to hang out with him.
Yeah.
And I would never do that to
No.
anybody with Hamide.
Yeah. It's
But I
also
feel like you would want to hang out with Leisure Center without me. Is the fucked up thing?
How's that fucked up?
No, it's fine.
I don't see the problem.
it's nice.
I-
I
It's
love
nice.
Frank
It's
so much. I wish he
nice.
would. We would hang out more without you. I wonder if he would like that.
I would watch that.
I'm sure he would.
I don't know. I just
I'm
don't
sure he
like
would.
that. Like the other day, Maya came to me and she was like, "We're going to a wedding. We're both invited to the same wedding." And she's like, "I don't want to bring." Cliff." And she was like, "And so what
I
you're
love
gonna do
Maya.
is you're not gonna bring Hamide.
Oh my
And
God.
we're gonna go to this wedding, me and you."
Wow.
And I was like, I actually wanted to bring Ham because we don't
Yeah.
get to go to a lot of stuff together because
Right.
he's always working. And that's the difference. But I was like, for you, I will.
It is hard. It is hard because
Okay.
there's like a part of me where I'm like, I like going to so many things alone, but then sometimes like, I wish I could bring him.
Yeah, that's a really delicate balance.
It's
I
a
think for the first
delicate
couple of years, I
balance.
was very aware, especially with comedy, like what he was coming to and whatever. And I think that was like identity stuff as
Mhm.
well, which for me has shifted because now we live together, which is hilarious because I was subletting my place for literally like 6 months and being like, no, we don't live together. No,
But you were living with him because I was
literally,
like,
I'm living
I
there
was
for
like,
6
in my
months.
brain just now, I was like, is that new? That's not new.
No,
okay,
I've been
but
there for so long. But then there's like another shift when you like bring most of your stuff. There's another shift, whatever. And all of these like subtle shifts, I really had to like fight not being like, you know, the
living with
freak
him,
out.
I can't even conceptualize that right now.
I didn't until 4 years.
I
literally
I didn't
yeah.
live
4
with a
years.
man until I got
But
married.
here's
Yeah.
the thing. Here's the thing.
Okay, that's a good Christian woman.
As a good Christian
Good
woman, but
Christian
also
woman.
I just never wanted to live with a man. I just, for me,
No.
it's not that I disapprove of it. It's just for me. It's like, why would I do that? Why would I live with a man?
Totally.
If,
Totally.
If we didn't have to live together,
Well, rent.
and
And
no,
love and
things
rent.
get streamlined. Like I would be like,
get
you're
a
sleeping
roommate.
over,
Why
right?
I need a man? Why
Yeah.
don't I just
Well,
have a roommate?
No,
It's-
the roommates are a different dynamic.
Here's the thing that I've been feeling where I'm like, did this make me more dependent or actually more independent or just better fully functioning?
It could be
Because
both, no?
I think so.
Yeah.
For my last apartment, which was party girl central, like we had no groceries, just like condiments in the fridge and like
White
takeout
Claws.
that was going bad.
Oh
Yeah.
my lot of White Claws.
It was literally that. We did not clean. We didn't do anything domestic. Like we had a cleaning lady come every other week and we never took the recycling down. And it was like just psycho and like kind of fun, but like I never knew what or who I'd wake up to and live with. It was fun.
Mhm.
But like the shift in my mentality since getting out of that, I feel like it has made me more independent in some weird way, or maybe just take care of myself more. I don't know. Maybe that's just like coming from that, but I don't feel like more dependent. Also, I feel like I was always like, where is he? Are you staying over? No, you're going home. Like,
yeah.
what the hell? He's like, I haven't been home in 5 days. I have to go home. And I'm like, how could you do this to me? Like, you know, that sort of thing. So now, like,
you
it's
do
just
this?
everything's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
I think
And that makes me feel like I have more time for myself or something like that. I don't know.
I think that all three of us can identify with. It's like, stay with me. Come here, be with me. But then
Yeah.
it's like, I'm an independent woman and I don't need no man and no one tells me what to do.
And
That's
I don't.
me. You know, I
And I
don't.
don't.
But then on the other hand, I'm like, I need
I know.
you.
Yeah.
Kiss me.
I just need to know like when I'll be answered. Like right now, like when he's like in training and in school, like, okay, this is the dumbest thing I'll say, but if you're a conductor on the train, you can't answer your phone while you're conducting the train. And so
Why?
there's like 8 hours where I'm like, okay, like don't send like 30 crazy texts of like weird memes and like news
Right.
articles you
But
read
just
all
send
day.
them
do
if you
that.
want to.
Yeah.
Well, that took me a while.
I do it.
It took me a while to even get okay with
And
that.
then when he's
'Cause
done,
then it looks
you'll have so much to go
Well,
for.
is that just anxious attachment?
That's
shit?
anxious attachment for sure. And then I also think it is like, well, I don't need to send this to you. I have like 45 other people I could send
What's
this to.
anxious attachment? Sending all the messages?
No, anxious attachment. Yes.
And when am
Like
I gonna
worrying about when
Oh,
they'll be
okay, when are
answered.
you gonna
And
do it?
also,
Okay.
anxious attachment is the special attachment style. That's just a conglomerate of like
I know
all
it,
of them.
it is, but I don't. I
I
wouldn't
thought
consider
disorganized
sending all the text.
is all of them. I feel like I'm disorganized.
You think you're disorganized?
Which is really kooky because I like am avoidant as well. It's special.
It's a
for
special
sure.
time.
It's really special.
It's-
I don't think sending all the text messages is anxious.
No, but
attachment.
overthinking it
No.
is.
Overthinking it is.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think when is he going to respond? When is he
Yes.
going to respond?
Yeah.
Even though you're in a relationship,
Yeah.
and obviously he's going to respond.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
that to me sounds anxious.
It definitely
attachment.
is. I know I
also
have it.
don't know enough about this
Oh,
to be
well,
speaking on it. to be
Like
clear.
I know that's like what I have, but it's also like manageable at this point.
I mean,
So-
if you could see the text between me and Hamide, that thread is mostly me.
I don't.
I don't
lot
doubt that
of
either.
me.
Yeah, that's okay.
He's a man of few words.
He's a man of few words, but it's so meaningful.
It used to bother me, but now I'm like, whatever.
I think when we first got
going
back
on?
together, I felt really anxious about it
Mhm.
because we were like back together and I was like, I'm not crazy anymore. But like the whole thing is like, I'm still crazy. But like, like,
Well, define crazy.
oh, like I think I'm just like somebody who, again, because I wanted to like so avoid any type of attachment to any romantic relationship. Like once I got out of my last relationship that was like deeply abusive, I was like, I actually don't need anyone. I can like have all these friends and like I'm gonna fuck around. And that I don't regret that at all because now like I don't feel lonely like when most of the week I don't see him, right? Like I'm definitely like someone who like goes out to dinner and goes on like things that would be deemed as dates to like, you know, I come from like a family that like is like, oh, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm going out to this romantic dinner with Carolina,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And they're
of
like,
course.
what? And like, it took them a while to be like, oh, you're like, okay, this is what your life is going to be like. And so I think I felt like really shame of like thinking that if I get in a relationship, I'm turning away from like all these like years that I built like after this horrible relationship. But I felt really anxious getting back into a relationship because I was like, I don't know, like, am I just going to be that person that's like, sorry, I can't go to the girls' night because like I'm with my man. It's like, I don't, you know, like, but that's not me. So it could never be me.
Yeah, exactly. I
Right.
was gonna say that. That's never gonna happen
No.
to you. It's never gonna happen to me. Ooh, I mean, I'm always in trouble with my mom about how easily I leave Holiday in the dust.
Right.
I
But
will
also,
leave him.
like, it's also because you're not dating someone, married to someone who is going to put that on you.
Definitely.
No.
And that's a big choice. And I understand, like, for some people, that's like a difficult part of their relationship. It's like
Yeah.
if you are the less anxious person, and like you have to like cater to someone who wants you home or wants you
Yeah.
whatever, like that.
I
is
don't think that
difficult.
would work for me. I don't even
No.
think
Well,
I would be
obviously.
attracted to that.
I
I'm
think-
just saying, sometimes people
Yeah.
get in that, and it's
I think
hard.
we're with people who let us maintain our own autonomy, right? Like, I think that's
Yeah.
really important. And I also think it's like a generational divide. Like, even though I love Sex and the City and I watch it, I'm like, I can't name a single man on that show who lets any of those women have their own autonomy.
Harry.
Oh,
Harry.
But even in And Just Like That, remember when
he
as
gets kind of
everybody's
weird
watching,
in that. Yeah.
obviously. But that's not Harry. I mean, everything on that show is not congruent with
Yeah.
the characters that they were on Sex and the City. I don't think Harry would ever be like, don't go back to the gallery. How am I going to juggle
Yeah.
kids and my lawyer job? No, he would never do that. I think Harry was very much like, I love you because you are.
Yeah. But like to have one man out of like the many men that were on that show.
Oh, God.
And
yeah.
I
I mean, no one's saying this is a Pulitzer Prize show, but it's
But I think about that a lot of like, okay, I think my fear of getting a relationship is because like I've just seen
you
like
watch
a lot
Sex and
of
the City.
watch Sex in the City, but I also think I've seen like a lot of people like when I was younger, like I'm not friends with a lot of people that I knew when I was like 19 through like 22.
Yeah.
Like I don't know where they are.
I don't even know who were my friends 19 to 22.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
think
even
college. I mean, I know a lot of my college friends.
Is that college?
You're my
That's
like
out
one of
of
my only
college,
friends who
right?
has like
no, that's in
like a strong, large group of college friends.
Mhm.
1000%.
I don't know anybody else
still
who
in a
does that.
sorority till this day.
Yeah.
It's so I'm
It's so
happy for you. And now I
crazy.
feel like I kind of have an adjunct
anytime
member.
anyone's in town,
Yeah.
like Monkey Bangs is town, where are we going?
Hell
Like it's just like I'm
the SAS.
yes, I'm like
whatever.
SAS, let's go, girls.
SAS girls.
Yeah, like whenever they're around, and it's so funny. But like I think you're like one of my few friends who has maintained that. Like I dated someone like right as soon as I moved here through these guys I went to college with, and then as soon as we broke up, nobody was friends with me anymore. So like I don't have anybody from like when I first moved to New York. I
Well,
think
like also I think that's important sometimes, like maintaining independence in friendships
Yeah.
and allowing yourself to unfortunately outgrow people
Yeah.
or just like let the floating off in different directions happen,
Yeah.
which sucks. But I think that's important, especially because sometimes like friend group mindset can hold you back.
definitely.
So that's I
was
don't know.
gonna
There's
say,
pros and
sometimes
cons
you
to
need
both.
to shed to
Yes.
get to the real thing.
Yeah.
Because like you stop being friends
We
with
can
those
still
people, but then you
maintain.
met me.
I did meet you almost immediately after. I
Yeah.
did meet Carolina.
And look at your life now.
I did meet Carolina almost within like 3 months of that breakup.
There you
There you
go.
go. There you go.
A blessing.
Yeah, blessing and the
What was I going
curse.
to ask you? I feel like I had a really good independence question. Well, what are you doing right now in your relationship to maintain your independence?
Well, right now I literally just have my own things going on that have like nothing to do.
Yeah.
Not nothing to do with him. Like he's still like interested in it.
Mm.
But like I have like the work that I do. I have like my writing. Like there are things that I'm like, I don't like tell him every single thing that's happening every single second of the day, right? Like I do that when I like see him in person. But you know, I have a lot of my own alone time, and so does he. We don't even have the same sleep schedule. Like he's up to like 4 a.m. and I sleep by like 10 p.m.
Okay, easy.
Yeah,
That's
so like
good.
we just have
So you
different
like,
lives.
a different divide. We're not.
But also, Arti is independent. Like you're an independent daughter. I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like especially like in your family, I think, you know, you're like the artistic one. You are the one that's like, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go there, I'm going to do all the things, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And you kind of just like, you're like me in the sense of like, I'm like that. And I kind of just look at my parents like, this is kind of what it is. Isn't it? This is it.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing.
Same.
My mom is really independent as well.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom had to be for like various reasons. She was like the only person in the house for like many years. And so
and
like
it's also like as like work wise, like your mom is a boss bitch.
Yeah. She got her second master's degree while pregnant with me.
Yeah.
And
Love
like,
that.
so like, you know, she goes into the city for work. She definitely is like, she works like over 50 hours a week. Like she is just like, we went to India together and the whole time she was working. And I was like, out in like bazaars by myself, you know, but like my mom is really independent. So I never grew up thinking that that was something I couldn't be. Like it was something that I was like, you have to do that. Like you just have to be like you have to be able to put up the shelf. You have to be able to pay your bills and you have to like get multiple
I feel like
degrees.
my mom's independence.
I don't agree with the shelf part, but I agree
Yes,
with
exactly.
the bill
It's
part.
kind
I'm
of
gonna
like
put up my own
independence
shelf.
is also like you have to accept that you can't be lazy, which I do have an issue with. That's where it comes for me.
That's the worst part of
But
independence.
I think my mom's independence, she does have her master's, whatever, ended up staying home with us, which I think like actually kind of drove her insane. But something I actually have to fight is like the example I saw through my mom, where it's kind of like everyone is stupid. No one actually knows how to do anything. You have to do it yourself. And if somebody does, including this is how I was raised, thinking like that about me. Like we try to help with something. She's like, no, just stop it. I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? Which I get because like you're raising 3 kids. You're trapped in like annoying.
Yeah.
But that kind of independence isolates you, I think.
I think it definitely
and then
does.
puts too much on your plate in a way. But then I do feel that way too, where I'm like always on people like, did you do this? Sorry. Did you watch the clips? Did you want to? And sometimes I have to. It's
No,
the
you do.
fucked
It's
up
fine.
thing.
I mean,
It's
I
the
do
fucked up
that as
thing.
well.
Sometimes I'm like, if I don't get on people, they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
But then
And
people get mad at me. So I don't know what the solution is.
I don't get mad.
I know you don't get mad.
I'm
which is
super
sweet.
anal as well. I mean, it's like when I was living alone, like I was going through some dark shit and still wasn't telling anyone. You know, like I got like injured so many times and was just like, well, I'll still go to my show this week. And it's like, what is that? Right. And so I think right now I'm like managing it the best, like that push to be like, I don't need anybody's help. Like even like as things are going on with me interpersonally, I'm like, I don't have to tell him. And it's like, why wouldn't I tell him about my doctor's appointment? There's one day he was just like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm getting like an emergency pap smear. And he's like, what the fuck is going on? Right. So
This is the most New Jersey I've ever heard you sound.
Really?
On.
I've been
What
going
is
to Jersey.
going on?
What is going on?
My
Wow.
Jersey accent comes out when I have like one drink.
Yeah.
Same with my
I
Midwestern
finished
shit,
mine.
actually. I'm like,
It's
oh my
really
God.
Places, it goes down easy.
It does. I'm like, do I want another one?
I do.
It's like actually a really reasonable time. I didn't bring any of the mixers. That's what I'll do next time is I'll set up the bar right here.
You want me to grab them? I can grab them.
No, it's fine. We have like 10 minutes left.
Okay.
Well,
But I was going to drink your drink and now yours is gone too.
Good
Ours
luck,
is all gone.
sweetie.
Give me some babe.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. I don't think I'm as. I think I'm independent, but I am. I think I'm quicker probably than you guys are to ask for help and be like, help me.
I would say
yeah, I would
so.
say yes. Yeah.
I will be like, help me. Because I remember when Hamide moved in and he was like, okay, let's go to the laundromat to do our laundry. And I was like, oh, I don't go to the laundromat. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, no, my daddy comes and gets me.
Oh my God. Yeah, but you're
And I
like a
put
little
my
princess
My
Sounds
daddy
like
does
that.
too. Leisure Center's doing that laundry.
Okay.
We're
He doesn't
getting
do
wash
it
and
for me.
fold.
Oh
We're getting
my
wash and
God.
He
fold.
doesn't do it for me. He just takes me to my mom's house, to my parents' house where he lives too. And then I do my laundry there. / my mom
Oh
helps
my
me with the laundry.
God.
And so I had to, there were times, like when I first moved out of my parents' house, I was 27.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was 27 when I moved
Yeah, I remember
out.
that.
And like,
I could have never lasted that long. That's actually incredible.
and
It's like a New York City kid thing, though.
it is.
Yeah.
And my
Totally.
parents were like, you'll stay here until you get married.
yeah.
Or you just stay here forever.
Yeah.
Like they were like, where do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had to go just because of the way that my life was in the so like
Yeah.
there were times where I had to really learn to be independent.
Yeah.
And it was like the first time I moved out and I had to like manage my money. I'm still bad at managing money, but back then it was even worse.
I mean, and that's
But
scary.
that's also youngest child.
That's-
Youngest child.
I'm the youngest child.
You're the youngest child.
but
That's
my
why
bro-
I'm like, I've been independent since I was literally 2.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as my younger sister was born, I kind of was just like, all
Yeah.
right, it's on
I'm
me
the
now.
youngest child, but my
sister was
older
more
brother,
independent than me, for sure.
100%.
my older brother was always like not really around. He was like a very cool kid growing up. So he was kind of like, ugh, my nerdy little sister.
Mhm.
It was like
Right.
whatever. So like I was like alone a lot, doing things alone, but I don't think I was like confidently self-reliant and independent until the past few years.
Well, it's also, I think,
Really?
the way people
I
treat
felt like
you.
you were confident and independent when I met you.
I mean, that's what, that's acting.
Well, there's also facades. Yeah, people
That's
can
acting.
actually really pretend to be.
I also had like, when you met me, I was like living with Ryan and
Julian.
yeah, yes, with Ryan and Julian. But I really felt like I was probably perceived as confident because I got out of a relationship and immediately was attached to Ryan. Like immediately was everywhere with him. And then like the past few years, I literally was like, okay, like what is it? What does it look like to be like really loving someone, but not having to be like dependent in a detrimental way?
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
In a like toxic way, right? And so like, and that means like asking for help. Like, like when pandemic hit, I was literally like going crazy and like Carolina was like, we should go visit Arti. And then Hamide drove her down. So like, and I also was like welcoming that help. But like in that moment, I was like, okay, I need to ask for help. It's like why I like, me and Danielle were on the phone and I was like, I can no longer live so far away alone because like I don't know when I'll be able to see people.
But that's also like the communal thing. Like I think in my experience, like living with Leisure Center now, it's like I'm helping him, he's helping me. Therefore, it doesn't feel like I'm being super dependent because I'm also like, I'm taking care of you. And I actually just feel like kind of more capable because it's back and forth. Like I feel like you can be dependent on someone and still independent if you're like road goes both ways.
Yeah.
We're still both in it.
And it pushes you, I think, to do things. Like it pushes
and as a
you
roommate,
to like,
in a roommate way too. Is what I mean.
yeah, like to clean or to cook
sure.
or to like do stuff around the house. That pushes me because I'm like, fine, there's somebody else here. You know what I mean?
Totally.
I can't just wallow in my stuff by myself.
Well,
you know what I
that's
mean?
accountability. You need everybody needs
Accountability,
accountability.
yes.
I
That
hate
doesn't-
accountability.
Accountability
but
is
it's good for
great.
you.
I
But
That's
it
really
is,
good
and
for
that
you.
builds independence because then you're kind of like working on, or just even, I don't want to say capable, but like it just builds like ability or something.
You have to be accountable to yourself the same way you are to your roommate and your partner, right? Like that.
Yeah,
You know what I
fuck.
mean? Like cooking for me, like when I was living alone, like I literally turned off the gas in my apartment because I was like, I'm not cooking.
Of course,
I'm using an instant pot and I'm
gonna
literally
eat
eating
cheese and
goop,
pickles.
or I'm like going out on the run and
Eating
getting
goop?
like eating goop I made in a fucking instant
Goop?
pot.
Is that what you're saying? Goop?
Yeah.
She said, I'm eating goop.
Or like getting like a bagel on the way or some shit or a hot dog. But like
Absolutely.
now, like I'm like, okay, like I can like, I will cook a meal and like even if my roommate's not there, even if nobody's sitting there with me, like I now feel like I'm like learning different skill sets that are like, I feel healthier. Like I used to have like a fucking crazy skin stuff all over my face and like eating
You're eating
better.
goop and hot dogs all the
I
time.
know. My
That's it.
inside was disgusting. It was just like slop. Like I would just put like broth and meat in a thing and be like, well, this will keep me
Perfect.
full.
I mean, I think cooking's the only thing I really do bring to the table sometimes. It's
No, and your
I'm doing
effervescent
that.
personality.
yeah, but it's honestly one of the best
No,
things I
you're
can
doing
do.
it wrong. Like I need to be
But even when I
inspired.
lived with Jasmine,
I need to be
cooked.
inspired. Yeah, but you're giving that too easily. Like I
Hold it back.
like
You gotta
any
hold it back,
art,
yeah.
like if any art, I need to be inspired. And that goes for
Wow.
cooking. And if I'm inspired to make something, then it's going to be good. So everyone has to wait for that inspiration to
Yeah,
come.
yeah.
And if they want food, then they have to cook it. And
Yeah.
also for me as well. And that's independence. Just kidding. That's just really
No.
bad cooking habits. But honestly, like if I cook food for myself, I don't like it really. Is the like I don't
Giving
want.
Wow.
It's giving you're not a good cook,
Yeah.
babe.
I am a good cook
If you
when
don't
the
like
mood
it.
strikes.
Yeah.
When the mood strikes. If I'm cooking for necessity, it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Well, I
If I'm cooking, remember I made the carbonara.
Oh yeah.
you made a
You
carbonara.
can
I
go
made
to
a
my house and make
carbonara.
carbonara.
That's kind
I
of
will.
hard.
I will. Literally, if I'm excited about it.
But I
When-
think I just get more excited about cooking. Like I like cooking. I'm used to
That's
it
good.
more. I also grew up cooking more. It's more like
But people will get
ingrained in me.
excited. People will
Yeah.
get really excited if you don't do it that much.
I cook all the time, but I also will
I
like.
think you trying to get me divorced. She's trying to make me lose my man.
Come live with me.
She's trying to get me kicked out the house. When she know I don't contribute nothing to the home except for the cooking.
No, you contribute your personality.
Yeah,
and,
but he's getting
And a
tired
little,
of that.
and a little, a little
Don't
between
forget,
the, a little
don't
between
forget,
the thighs.
don't
A
forget.
little cookita, yeah. I do.
That's a big part of my household.
The cookita.
Big part of the household.
Oh my god.
Whatever. How much time do we have, Connor? How are we looking?
You're at 44 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Well,
What are some closing thoughts, Arti?
on independence and being
Okay,
self-reliant.
if we're thinking in Sex and the City terms.
Yeah.
Who is giving good examples of independence?
God, I don't think any of them.
Not Miranda.
I was gonna say Miranda.
Miranda's
Well, then
the obvious
Miranda-
choice, but I thought you might have some in-depth.
Miranda's the obvious choice, but then also like she has anxious attachment shit too.
Samantha.
Samantha might be actually the one.
Mm-hmm.
But then even when she's, I don't know, they all have some kooky thing with them. Nobody's giving healthy attachment.
Can I say that as a famous person? Like, I feel like Rihanna is like
I think
so
Rihanna.
good in a relationship.
Yes.
I feel like she has fun.
Yeah.
She has her own life and she like likes to hang out with her man, likes to hang out with her babies, but like
Okay, in Sex
even
and the City
before she-
terms, Rihanna.
Rihanna. I would say Rihanna. I feel like Rihanna is very like, I live.
Wait,
Yeah.
did you see that clip
Paris
of
Hilton also.
Paris Hilton? Sure.
She was another one I felt like just always kind of like,
I don't
I don't know. I think
her.
she's pretty isolated. She actually like started hosting parties
She's a
telepathically
EDM DJ.
or whatever.
Oh,
yeah, like or
no.
on like
Zoom.
holograms and stuff. Like
Oh,
I think she like
no.
was not going to public that much. Not that that's bad. Not that that's
That's
bad.
fine,
but I think
but-
but it's because of her lifestyle and her world. Like she
Mhm.
was getting lied to and taken advantage of so much by
Oh.
men. But I think now she's in a really good place. Now she has 2 babies. So
Mhm.
So no longer sending in the
but did you see the
hologram.
clip of ASAP Rocky at Formula One where he's like giving an interview and he hears another guy make Rihanna laugh and he's like, "What the fuck? Who is that? What is that?" It was so cute. He's like, "The fuck is going on?" Like he just hears his friend laugh.
Yes.
I love that energy.
Like she keeps her man on his toes.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
And
I
I
think
know
that's
she
a
doesn't
big-
even need to. I think he's just on his toes,
He's
which
on
is the
his
best.
toes because she's so like, because he
'Cause
knows
he's
she doesn't
obsessed.
need him, but also
Yeah.
he knows she doesn't.
What's that
need
Rihanna
him.
quote? What's the Rihanna quote where she's like, "I date men for a little while and then I usually get sick of them," or something like that.
Ugh, I
It
love
was
her.
gorgeous.
I used to be like that. I also used to be like Rihanna. So yes.
Okay, yes. But
But people are like-
I will say that there was a lot more dependence on friendships.
Yes.
There was before you were married, 100%.
Yeah.
And not
Oh,
that there's anything wrong
absolutely.
with
Yeah.
that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But I think
But I
like
also-
it shifts to wherever you are.
It does shift.
for
Yeah.
everyone.
You have
It
to
does shift, but
redistribute.
if you redistribute, and also like the longer we are together, I've noticed like the closer we become.
Of course.
Which
Mm.
I don't know if that's gonna be. It's gonna be like that forever. But I definitely feel like
Do you
now
feel
we've
like you're
been
like
married-
mind melding with Hamide?
Yeah, we're married 3 years, and it's like we really do like hanging out with each other. And being, but I will say this: like, no matter what, as much as I love him, he just like he there's a lot of stuff he don't understand about me.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
I can't do with him
Yeah.
because he's sober, and that's a big problem. But also, just in general, like we don't typically enjoy all of the same things.
Right.
So there's a lot of times where I do not need him, where it's like I'm going to go be with my friends to do foolishness.
Yes.
And that's that.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
Yeah.
And that's nice. I think that is a challenge in relationships that like the melding does happen. And
Mhm.
it's like
It
you can
does.
try and try, but like actually you are going to influence each other, whoever you're around.
I know, it's
Yeah.
horrifying.
And you do have to like fight that in some ways, or maybe not. Maybe just
Ham says the
lean
word
in. I
sakis
don't
now
know.
instead of socks.
He says sakis.
Say sakis because I say sakis.
I love that.
Like, you know what I mean?
Are you gonna
And
say
that
shocker?
made me feel powerful.
yeah.
I love that.
It's a scary moment. I like there was a point when
And he calls these puffs.
Should I start
You-
speaking
yeah.
British? Frank gets a Midwestern accent.
Yeah.
No, I actually want you to get a British accent.
that would be
Why
fun.
don't you sound more British? Look at Dorit.
That's
No,
actually
Dorit
so
has something
true.
wrong with her.
No, but Dorit has kind of like
No,
a
I
British
could do that. I
accent.
could do that.
No.
But Dorit does
I could
kind
do
of have
that.
like accent.
Yes, because there's some. She's a little. You can't.
I don't see any difference, and actually, that's a great point. If we had a baby, I'd be talking British to the baby for sure. Because I'm not having a
Mommy,
baby with him.
mommy
that's-
and daddy.
yeah.
Mommy and
If I
daddy
have
are
a
going
baby
to
with
the
him,
movies.
the baby's British
Daddy,
for
going
sure.
to the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents are like, "Hello,
Yeah.
what's your name?" Just crazy. Yeah,
My name is
the
Penelope.
only British child.
Ooh,
in
if
New
you have a
York.
daughter, can you name her Penelope? I really
I
like
don't
that
think
name, the
so.
little British girl.
No,
Okay.
maybe.
I'll name my child Penelope.
Penny's cute.
really?
Actually, Penny's kind of
girl.
cute. I like that. I like that. I like that.
Penny's cute.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
choose the
opposed.
most
I'm not
traditional
opposed.
Indian name.
I'm gonna name my
fine.
daughter Rihanna.
Yeah,
That's
you should.
No, it's like me
she
getting
gonna
my
have
hair
trouble?
braided or something. It's like, I can't do
I'm
that.
just saying, are you?
No.
Actually, don't listen to me because
Yeah, I would
sometimes
not listen.
Carolina's always like, let me do Bantu knots in your
No,
hair.
no.
Let me.
That's
she
No,
a
always
no,
wants
I
to do
never.
my
That
hair.
was not me. But there was the time Liliana tried to give her edges, and it was so funny.
In Greece. I didn't want.
And Melissa was like, I don't know, I
was
might
like-
get canceled. And I was like, no one in Greece is going to cancel you.
And it was
Were you
also,
taking photos of this?
I
She
have a
was,
video.
of course, videoing it. But also, it was like, she was finally like so excited and involved that I was like, I can't not
You
let
can't
her
say
do
no
my
to
hair.
that.
Yeah.
Which
Especially at
also
that
happened
point.
with the little girls from downstairs.
Yeah.
One did twists in my hair, and I was
Oh
just like
my-
letting her play with my hair. And I was like, oh my God, it took me like a week to get them out.
Oh.
And I was like, I cannot. It was crazy. Like, and no one would believe me if I was like, oh, a little girl did twists in my hair. I didn't go to a salon and ask for this because they looked good too.
It did
was
look
the
Oh
good.
sad
my
thing.
God.
She was like 4.
She's literally like 4.
And you didn't intervene. What friendship is
Why would
this?
I interfere?
She
What
wants
friendship
me to
is
get
this?
The
canceled
kids were
so
having
bad.
fun.
This is your friend. You want her to get canceled.
The kids were
She's
having
trying to get me
fun.
canceled all the time.
This is
she
your
wants me to be like
codependent
Adele.
friendship.
She wants me to be like Adele at Carnival.
Oh my God, that would have been so
I said that to her.
funny.
We're on our way to Carnival. We're on the train. I just sent her a picture of Adele with the banjo nuts. I was like, get ready, bitch. She was like, stop it. Don't do it.
You would love it.
I would-
Because you're evil.
I'm on the Trinidad float.
No.
Should Trinidad because you know Adele wore the Jamaican flag,
Right.
but Melissa would
I'm
wear the
repping
Trini
for
flag.
Trinidad. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure.
I'm so worried
Wow.
about
Well,
this
if that
friendship.
didn't work, I'm sure I will get canceled soon.
Yeah.
Arti, it has been a pleasure and a joy. Thank you for coming
Of
on.
course. Thanks for having me.
Where can everyone find you?
You
Do you
can
wanna
find
promote
me.
anything?
Ooh, I have nothing really to promote right now. But you can find me at Arti Party on everything.
Arti Party.
Have some writing coming out in the next year, doing all the stuff. It'll be fun.
Ooh, yes. A book, no?
A book.
Hopefully in the next year or two. We'll see how slow or fast it all goes. But
Hell
either
yeah.
way,
That's the great thing with no rush.
there's no rush and I'm not anxious at all. I'm feeling amazing. Love and light.